In the heart of South America, nestled within one of the planet's 4 remaining intact forest frontiers, lies a world born of deep time. This is the Iwokrama Shield, a geological titan, a vast plateau of Precambrian rock that predates the Andes Mountains, and even the mighty Amazon River itself. For 2 billion years, this ancient landmass has stood defiant against the erosion of ages, a stable, unyielding foundation upon which one of Earth's most complex and vibrant ecosystems has been built. It is a fortress of life, sculpted not by ice or tectonic fury, but by the patient, relentless forces of water and sun. And at its very core, protected by a near-impenetrable wilderness, is a sanctuary of staggering scale and biodiversity. Guyana's Iwokrama forest. Here, 1 million acres of unbroken, untouched evolutionary paradise stretch to every horizon. This is not merely a collection of trees, it is a living, breathing superorganism. A vertical world of staggering complexity, from the dark, humid soils teeming with unseen life to the sun-drenched canopy nearly 100 meters above. Before the sun has even crested the horizon, the forest is already stirring. A cool, heavy mist, the exhalation of millions of transpiring leaves, blankets the landscape in a shroud of ethereal white. It is the forest's own atmosphere, a blanket of moisture that moderates temperature, quenches the thirsty epiphytes clinging to every branch, and muffles the world in a profound, primordial silence. This is the quiet before the chorus, the held breath before the day begins. Then it begins, a sound that is not so much heard as it is felt. A deep, visceral roar that tears through the silence, a prehistoric proclamation that the day has arrived. It is the call of the red howler monkey, the loudest land animal on Earth. From the highest perches of the emergent trees, the dominant male unleashes his territorial manifesto. It is a sound forged in the crucible of this ancient forest, a sonic beacon that can travel for 5 kilometers through the dense vegetation. It is not an act of aggression, but a carefully orchestrated negotiation of space, a way for neighboring troops to map their territories without resorting to physical conflict. His call is answered by another, then another, a cascading wave of sound that rolls across the canopy, the forest's first and most powerful heartbeat. This is the sound of Iwokrama awakening. As the morning sun finally climbs above the canopy, its warmth begins to burn away the mist. A breathtaking transformation unfolds. The monochromatic world of dawn gives way to an explosion of 1,000 shades of green. The sun's energy, the engine of all life here, pours into the forest. This daily deluge of light is the currency of the canopy. Every leaf is a solar panel, angled and positioned through millennia of evolution to capture these precious rays. This is a vertical battlefield for sunlight, where trees stretch and strain towards the sky, their architecture a testament to the relentless competition for energy. The giants, the greenheart, the mora, the kapok, form the emergent layer, individual titans that have won this race, their crowns breaking free into the open air. Below them, the main canopy forms a dense, interlocking ceiling, a world in its own right. This awakening triggers a cascade of activity. The canopy, now bathed in light, becomes a bustling metropolis. The high-speed acrobats of this realm, the black spider monkeys, begin their daily foraging. With limbs impossibly long and slender and a prehensile tail that functions with the precision of a hand, they are masters of locomotion. They don't just climb, they fly, launching themselves across terrifying gaps between trees in a display of breathtaking confidence. Their mental maps of this vast three-dimensional space are flawless, guiding them to the fruiting trees that provide their sustenance. As they travel, they perform a vital role, dispersing seeds far and wide, effectively planting the forests of the future. They are the gardeners of the canopy, essential architects of this intricate ecosystem. This prehistoric rhythm, This pulse of life connects every level of the forest. The energy captured in the canopy filters down, layer by layer, supporting a different cast of characters at each stage. Below the bustling canopy lies the understory, a world of deep shade and muted light, where survival demands a different set of skills. And further down still is the forest floor, a realm of decay and renewal, patrolled by its own secretive inhabitants. The entire system is nourished and connected by water flowing through the great artery of the Essequibo River and its countless tributaries, creating yet another world of specialized life along its banks and within its depths. This is a landscape where nature still operates on an immense interconnected scale. Every creature, from the smallest insect to the largest predator, is a thread in an ancient and resilient tapestry. For this is a sanctuary, intentionally preserved not just for its breathtaking beauty, but as a living laboratory and a refuge for the planet's most extraordinary megafauna. Here, the word giant is not a metaphor. It is a literal description of the inhabitants. Giants of the sky with talons the size of grizzly bear claws. Giants of the river, otters the size of men. Giants of the forest floor, armoured and elusive, and ruling over them all, a giant of the shadows, the apex predator that walks silently through this ancient kingdom. These creatures, relics from a time when titans roamed the earth, have found their last, best refuge in the deep forests of the Iwokrama Shield. They are the spirit of Iwokrama. Welcome to the realm of the giants. Above the waking forest, the upper kingdom holds its breath. A silk cotton giant pierces the sky, its crown riding the river of wind. Up here, survival requires flawless vision and absolute power. This is the harpy eagle, 2 meters of wings and muscle. The ultimate airborne apex of the Americas, it rules by silence. A crest lifts, black eyes measure distance, legs as thick as a wrist anchor to bark. Talons, curved and colossal, promise finality. It waits, listening for the soft rush of leaves, the slip of a tail, the careless step of a monkey between kingdoms of air. Then colour tears the sky. Scarlet macaws, neon against green. Trade raucous cries across the canopy highway, their paired flight seals, bonds as old as this forest. Seeds carried, distances bridged. But the canopy is also a theatre of colour, of sound, of ritual. In a shaded ravine, brilliance gathers. The Iwokrama cock of the rock, impossible orange, claims a cleared stage. He hops, flares, grunts, a living beacon in the gloom, advertising perfection 1 heartbeat at a time. Nearby, the strange, bald-headed Kayap-Uchin bird assembles on communal leks. Mouths open. From deep within, an eerie, resonant rumble swells. The forest's own lowing, a distant cow in the treetops, rolling out as a sonic flag to watching females. Power, pageantry, predator, cock of the rock. The upper world runs on spectacle and precision. Every wingbeat counts. Every note carries risk and reward. And above it all, the harpy holds, carved from shadow, until the branch ahead trembles. In this high city of light and leaves, one perfect moment decides everything. When the sun hardens to white, the forest descends, drawn to the Essequibo's moving mirror. The moving mirror. Here, the canopy's rules dissolve into current and glare. Sleek heads break the tea-coloured skin. Giant river otters, 2 meters of muscle and motive. The wolves of the river, 6 as one. They read each other's ripples. Chirps stitch a plan. Bodies scissor and wheel, corralling fish against the bank. Each throat bears a white signature. Family written in fur. Together, they are confidence made flesh. Alone, they would be a rumour swallowed by the flow. Even the river's heavyweights yield to the channel. Capybara, blunt-nosed, whiskered, unhurried wallow in the shallows, ears swivelling, eyes set high to keep watch. 150 pounds of calm calculation. Grass becomes breath, shore becomes refuge, and refuge, escape. But the water keeps secrets. In the roots, something old exhales. The green anaconda, Earth's heaviest serpent, lets the river carry its weight to silence. Olive shadow, under mottled light, pattern turned to absence. Only the scaled periscope of eyes and nostrils breaks the film. It feels vibration before it sees form. A misstep, a sip, a silhouette framed against glare. Here, buoyancy is armour and weapon. The otters tighten, a living braid. Capybaras edge deeper, reading the surface for stories. Between them, the river holds its breath. A single ripple becomes a line. And in this low kingdom of current and heat, one dark coil waits for the world to come closer. When the river's skin stills, the forest draws its curtain. Under the canopy, afternoon fades to permanent dusk. Ferns breathe, vines lean, the ground remembers every footfall. Here moves the Brazilian tapir, 500 pounds of hush. A gardener in a grey-brown coat. It samples fallen fruit by the mouthful, a flexible trunk-like snout testing the air, then the pulp. Seeds travel with it for miles, planted in silence, miles apart, miles ahead. Future forest tucked into hoofprint shade. Caution is its constant companion. In this twilight, a soft high whistle threads the leaves, ears swivel, the world pauses. Then the spell snaps, brush explodes, mud answers, the understory knits itself closed behind the retreat. Beneath the litter, another architect stirs. The earth bulges, crumbles, armour rises. The giant armadillo, endangered up to 5 feet of plated mystery, heaves into view. Its central claws, long and sickle-shaped, test the mound's face. Termite fortress meets purpose. Chitin gives. The wall parts in seconds, a tidy door where there was none. Tonight's feast becomes tomorrow's shelter. Burrows wide and cool that outlast their maker, refuge for dozens. Owls, lizards, small cats, the restless, the shy. In the understory's hush, the work is patient and unseen. Fruit to forest mound to home. Lives braided through shadow, rebuilding the day while the canopy forgets the sun. Sunset unspools, gold-violet ink, and the forest flips a switch. Day songs cut, a wall of crickets, and tree frogs rises like surf. The understory dissolves into sound. From a hollow giant, the night exhales, wings by the thousand. Iwokrama's sky holds a world record. More than 86 kinds of bats cut patterns in the dark. Insect hunters stitch the air with ultrasound, calling and answering in code. Fruit bats move like shadows with lantern eyes, plucking figs mid-flight, wearing the forest's future on their faces. They are the invisible architects, pollinating night bloomers, carrying seeds over rivers and ridges, replanting tomorrow in places daylight never reaches. Every arc of a wing redraws the map of the canopy. Downstream, the black rivers turn to mirror. A pair of embers settles at the edge, eyeshine burning through the void. The surface breathes. Armour rises. The black caiman takes position. 5 meters of prehistoric certainty, built of plates and patience. In the aquatic night, authority is measured in silence. A hiss vibrates the reeds. Fish still. Heron legs reconsider. Even the moon keeps its distance. He rules with the river's grammar. Wait, glide, decide. Then the water closes over the answer. Above, wings script the sky. Below, scales write in wake. Between them, the forest keeps time by listening. An electric chorus, a chiaroscuro of breath. Life inventing itself again after the sun forgets to look. On the red road, the forest forgets to breathe. A single print blooms in mud. The chorus falters, a low, soared grunt splits the hush. He is a rumour given muscle. He who kills with one leap. The jaguar. Rosettes like constellations on living night. Gold eyes catch our light and do not blink. Here in Iwokrama, the ghost wears a crown. Free of fences, free of feud, he walks the map his ancestors wrote. Ridges, creeks, capybara, trails an intact, untamed kingdom, answering only to rain and hunger. Every step pulls a thread through the tapestry. Fear shapes the paths of prey. The paths shape the forest shapes the river, and the river carries the stars. Look up. The Milky Way lifts like smoke above the canopy. No cities, no neons, just the old sky, bright enough to read the past. Iwokrama is a living time capsule, a memory of Earth before we forgot how to listen. Protect this place, and the engines of the night. Bats, Cayman. The Shadow King will keep turning the world in balance. Guard the rhythm, and the rainforest will sing for our children's children. Protect the wild. The wild is calling. Help protect the realm of the giants. Like this video, share it to spread the word, and subscribe for more wildlife journeys. Visited by few, guarded by nature, discover how you can support vital rainforest research or book your own sustainable eco-adventure at iwokrama.co.uk. I say, of our o istakazum. Riverlodge.com